So time will tell whether that happens or not. Next topic. We switch from the NFL to the NBA. If you didn't see the game tonight, Russell Westbrook, number 38. 38th triple-double of the year.
That boy's sick.
Currently averages 31.4 points per game, 10.5 rebounds per game, and 10.4 assists per game. Literally a triple-double.
How you average a triple?
21
years old, I've never seen it. I've never seen nobody average a triple-double. That's amazing. That's amazing to me.
Because we weren't alive when Oscar Robertson did it.
Right.
Oscar Robertson was the best big man in the league at that time.
Right.
And you can do that as a center, but as a guard, managing to average a triple-double. That is
beast mentality.
It is
absolutely inhuman.
It is amazing.
Monster.
And there has been discussion because James Harden has had a tremendous year as well. He's done better from last year to this year.
Big jump.
He's averaging 29.3 points per game, 11.4 assists, and 8 rebounds a game. So he's averaging a double-double every game. Mm-hmm. But he only has 20 triple-doubles. Russell only.
Yeah,
he can keep going. Only. He only has 20, but he can keep going.
Yeah.
Russell Westbrook and James Harden have been fighting all year to prove why each deserve the MVP. They have not missed a game. They have not sat out. Personally rested.
Due to rest.
That issue we'll talk about later. Because that's also an issue by itself.
Yeah, it is.
But should the league allow the possibility of co-MVPs?
Yes, definitely. It'll help. It'll help the voters. It'll help the voters. It'll give more leeway. It'll be a lot less arguments. It'll be fun. Honestly, I think it'll be fun to have a co-MVP. Maybe not. Maybe under certain circumstances. Like this year, like when it's really tight. Like, geez, Louise, like these guys are balling. Who do I pick? Both. You know, both of those guys deserve that jump. They both playing MVP like type level, especially Russ. Since we ain't doing a co-MVP, that's definitely who gets my MVP this year. It's Russ. He deserves that jump.
I'm not denying that Russell Westbrook and James Harden should share MVP. However, you got to look at every year there have been a few guys who you could say should have been, together with co-MVPs.
Right.
There have been years for that. But this is an MVP award. It should only go to one person. And if you're going to give it to that one person, give it to the person who deserves it the most, like Russell Westbrook.
Keywords. Deserves it the most.
Write this down, people. Deserves it. Deserves it.
Not by name, not by favorite player, not by player of the year. Who deserves it the most? That's what MVP is.
He should have got it. He got robbed last year.
Definitely. I think so.
He got robbed last year. For at least not a consideration. This year, though, he's been the talk all year.
All year.
Not like Kawhi, who was just out of the blue. James Harden, who came out a little bit after Westbrook. I mean, LeBron James, you always have him in the talks. But that's just because he's LeBron James. Right. Give it to the man who has worked hard all year, like Westbrook. A team, it's basically by himself. But he can't, literally it's by himself, but he can't do it without the rest of the team. They might be, and this is what we're going to talk about. Houston right now is third in the Western Conference versus the Thunder who are sixth. Should that make a difference?
Team-wise.
As team-wise,
right,
for voters who think that someone else deserves the MVP based on the team's performance, based on the team's record.
So you're saying should the MVP?
I'm saying should the MVP go to a team who's in the top 3 versus one who just made the playoffs?
It's about the player, man. It's hold on. Wait, what? Hold on. It's the player MVP. The single MVP.
The single MVP. Should it be should team standing be affected by that?
No way. If New Orleans, Anthony Davis, if he's going to win an MVP upcoming years, he's definitely going to win an MVP. His team isn't playing the best. He's wherever he is in the standings, But let's say he was having an MVP year, and James Harden was having an MVP year too. But let's say my man Anthony Davis is averaging a triple double. He deserves it. Like he might be ninth, 10th, 11th in the daggone. What is it, East?
The West.
New Orleans is in the West.
New Orleans is in the West.
In the West. Hey, you last in the West. Forget it. Like, you last in the West and you averaging a triple-double. Who cares about the other teams? Bro, you're playing at a magnificent... Like, nah, man. It shouldn't...
What I also want to bring up is the fact that last year, Steph Curry was the unanimous MVP. Unanimous.
Yeah.
Which has never happened. Like, you usually have two players.
Was that 2 years ago?
No, that was last year because of their record. Their record where they beat the Bulls' single season record.
That's when he broke that three. He shattered his 3-point.
He shattered it.
That's it.
He shattered it. He blew it. He blew it out the window.
Yeah.
He literally blew it out the window.
Right.
But this year, where is that unanimous MVP now?
I mean,
he's not even in the talks.
When you got
he's not even in the talks.
When you got 4 or 5 superstar players on your team, you can't. There's no way. You can't. You have to play team ball.
Durant out, he's still not in the talks.
No, of course not now. I mean, he's playing better with Durant out. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He is playing much better with Durant out. You can't tell me he's not.
I'm not saying you're not, but I'm putting this in perspective. That
he ain't playing no MVP level. I will definitely not true.